That sounds terrible.
No, it's fine.
Oh, all right. You sure I look all right?
Yes, you look very, very dashing.
Will you wait for me?
I will be right here. I'll send all my little positive thought vibes into that room through the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, here is something for you to read while you wait. Chapter 3 is a doozy.
Oh, thanks. Hey, go get him, Tiger. Go.
Ramsey, I had to give your patient in 602 an NG tube early this morning. Here.
Any complications?
No. He should be breathing on his own in no time.
That's great, thanks. You know, I'm kind of surprised to see you here today. You've been at Julie's trial almost every single day.
I wish I could be there today. Victor Collins is testifying.
Victor Collins, huh? About Grace?
Yeah. But with these disappearances, I'm pulling a double shift.
I see.
Have you heard from her?
Believe? No, not a word. What's the matter? Can't handle a couple extra shifts?
No one's heard from her, Chris. I'm worried she might be hurt. Or worse. What's the matter? Concern for a friend, a foreign concept to you?
I just don't think she's hurt, that's all. Getting pushed into the morgue cooler was way too close to the way her character in General Homicide gets killed. She's probably hiding out, laying low.
Well, she would have at least told somebody at the hospital she was going.
Like who? As far as she's concerned, anyone around here could be the killer.
She would have told you.
Well, she...
Is there anything special going on in the 4th floor lobby?
Yes, the pediatrics department was having a circus for the children.
Which bathroom did you use?
Well, the facility on the 8th floor was being cleaned, so I went down to the 4th floor where I found a patient room that had been converted to a dressing area, and there was no one in it, so I used that bathroom.
What happened while you were there?
Well, I was just about to come out of the bathroom when I heard someone come into the room and what sounded like crying. And I didn't want to intrude, so I stayed where I was. Then I couldn't stay in the room any longer, so I opened the door and I saw someone strangling Grace Sullivan.
Did you get a good look at the killer?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to submit People's Exhibit E.
So noted.
Professor Collins, is this the sketch you helped the police draw of the killer?
Objection. That is a picture of a clown. All of the interns and the doctors and many of the support staff, they were all dressed as clowns.
Your Honor, as was established earlier, each staff member had a different design painted on his or her face that day. It's very relevant.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
Yes, that's a picture of the killer.
How can you be sure that this was the one?
I am a trained mathematician with some recognition in my field, and I have a photographic memory for pattern.
Professor Collins, I would like you to look at this photo taken at General Hospital on the day of the pediatric circus. It's People's Exhibit F. It has already been established that this is a picture of Julie Devlin. Comparing this photo with the police sketch.
Objection.
Overruled.
Professor Collins, is Miss Devlin the person you saw squeezing the life out of Grace Sullivan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I need the phone numbers of the people that called last night between the hours of 7 and 9. Why not? What do you mean they're confidential? This is very important, all right? I haven't got time to call the police. This is an emergency. All right, listen, let me talk to your supervisor. Yeah, hello, did the operator just tell you what my problem was? Good. All right, my name is Scott Baldwin, and what I need... What? Why not? Listen to me. This is an emergency. This is a life or death situation. A woman's life is at stake here. Fine, I'll subpoena the whole company!
Lucy, hey, is the trial still in session?
Yeah, but I think they're gonna break soon. You're here to see Julie, of course.
Yeah, I didn't know you were testifying today.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just here to lend moral support for Victor.
Oh, that's right. They bumped him up when Eve became a no-show.
You know, the police just have to find her, that's all.
They won't if Scott Baldwin has anything to do with it.
What about Scott?
He shielded Eve before, and he's doing it again. I know it.
No, you know what, Frank? I just don't think so. Because after all Eve put Scott and Serena through, I don't think he'd do that again.
I went to his house today, and Serena told me herself she spoke to Eve on the phone last night.
Oh, my God. Oh, Scott, what are you doing?
Okay, Dr. Harmon, what was so important that it brought you all the way down here to tell me?
This.
And this is?
Something Chris Ramsey dumped in the garbage. I think you'll find it interesting.
Mr. Collins, when you first told the police that you saw who murdered Grace Sullivan, did you say it was Julie Devlin?
No.
You knew Julie Devlin before all this happened, didn't you?
Yes.
So then, really, your identification is based only on the makeup.
Well, it was a very distinctive...
Just yes or no, it's the makeup you identified, not the person, right?
Well, I guess so.
And you saw a great many clowns at the pediatric circus, didn't you?
Yes.
All with different face patterns.
Yes.
Yeah, so isn't it possible that you could confuse the makeup of one clown with the makeup of another clown?
No, I remember it very clearly.
Mr. Collins, isn't it true that you suffer from a mental illness that affects your perception?
Objection. Overruled.
When I take my medication, I'm fine.
What happens when you don't take it?
But I was taking my
Now,
medication.
answer the question. Isn't it true that when you don't take that medication that you suffer delusions?
Yes, but what I'm trying to
That
tell
you're
you...
not sure of anything that you see?
What you have to understand
That
is...
you hallucinate? Yes or no?
When I don't take my medication, yes.
Now, what did you do immediately after you saw the murder?
I left the hospital.
Without telling your son what you had seen or where you were going?
Yes.
A woman is dead and you ran away?
Yes.
That doesn't sound like very clear thinking to me, Mr. Collins.
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustained.
How long were you missing?
2 days.
Why didn't you come back sooner?
I was confused.
Isn't it true you weren't taking your medication and you became completely incoherent?
Well, it wasn't as if I didn't want to take my I had no access to my pills.
Look, isn't it safe to say that after all you had been through, including days without the medication, it's possible that you confused the makeup Julie was wearing with that of the killer?
I don't believe I did.
Well, I certainly believe it's possible that you did. I even believe that it's possible you never saw anyone strangle Grace Sullivan, let alone my client.
Objection.
What is taking so long?
I just hope Victor is okay.
Well, no offense, but I hope Lee rips him apart on the stand. There is no way that he saw Julie kill Grace.
Victor?
Are they in recess?
Oh, dear, are you okay? What happened?
It was awful. Baldwin made me sound like a raving lunatic.
Oh, well, at least it's over, right?
But it's so frustrating. I'm not crazy. I did see Julie strangle that poor nurse.
Okay, well, you know, maybe you saw somebody else do it, you know, and maybe you thought it was Julie, but it was just somebody that was painted to look like Julie, okay? It's
You
just...
just said what everybody's thinking now. I'm not mad. I just think I need to be by myself.
Oh, well, okay, if you think so.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done more for you.
Well, I wish I could have done more.
So how is it that you happened to see Ramsey throw this stuff out in the first place?
Well, I asked Chris about Eve's disappearance, and He seemed evasive. I thought he knew more than he was telling.
So you followed him?
To see if I could learn anything, yeah. That's when I saw him drop that in a biohazardous waste bin.
Not the kind of place I'd take it where you dump random trash.
Chris knows that this waste is sealed and incinerated. It's actually a very smart way to hide something.
You don't like Ramsey very much, do you, Matt?
He's lied. He's cheated. Almost got me killed.
Tell me what you really think.
Hey, at least I'm being honest. And I'm telling you, nothing about Chris Ramsey would surprise me. I want to see him get what he deserves.
Hello?
It's Doherty.
Oh, good. Did you get him?
Of course.
Okay, now there were 3 calls, right?
Right, a plumber at 7:02 and the telemarketer at 7:13. The call from Lambert came in at 7:53.
Hold on a second. Where did that call come from?
Right here in Port Charles. 555-0115.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Okay, good. Thanks, Doherty. I'll talk to you later. I'm not in the mood.
Neither am I. I know that Serena is at her Ladybug Troop meeting, so this will only take a minute.
No, nothing with you ever takes a minute.
Where is Eve?
I don't know. Your minute's up. Let's go.
I know that Eve called last night, and she talked to Serena. Now, what are you doing? After everything Eve has done to you and Serena, how can you be protecting her?
So if I was protecting her, I'd be kind of a lousy guy in your book, huh?
Yes, you would be.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but I just got off the phone with a private eye who gave me the number of the house that Eve called from last night. And it happens to be Kevin's house. Where is she?
It's a quaint local custom to wait for her come in before you enter. And with regard to your question, she doesn't live here anymore.
I'm not talking about Lucy. I'm talking about Eve.
Eve? Eve Lambert?
Yes.
I haven't a clue.
What do you mean you do, too?
Victor, okay.
Oh,
Where is she?
heaven's sakes, Lucy, what are you doing here?
I followed you. You ran 2 red lights, by the way.
They were yellow. Now let me get back to my question. Where is she?
I beg your pardon.
Stop. Don't badger him, okay? Come here, you. Are you okay? You were pretty darn upset after you testified at Julie's trial.
Well, I'm much better, thank you. Or at least I was until he came barging in here.
Okay, listen. We don't mean to upset you, really. It's just, it's very important we locate Eve. She's here, isn't she?
Lucy, not only is Eve not here, for all I know, she could be on the moon.
See, these things belong to the victims of the general homicide killer. You want to tell me about it?
I can't help you.
I found this stuff in a pizza box. Matt Harmon saw you throw it in a hazardous waste bin at the hospital.
Matt Harmon would do anything to make me look bad. Besides, if I had thrown that box away, which I'm not admitting I did, since when is it a felony to throw out trash?
A pizza box isn't a medical contaminant.
Oh, well, apparently you've never had pizza from Manelli's.
Interesting pizza toppings. Grace's keychain, a gold comb with Dr. May's initials, Jake's ID.
I have no idea how those things could have gotten in.
Those things are evidence in a murder trial.
Hey, I'm just as baffled as you are, Detective.
Now, you see this? You can't tell what it is now, but my boys can. It's a postmortem picture of Grace. Now, you didn't try to burn this photograph, did you, Dr. Ramsey?
Look, if you want to ask questions, go start with Dr. Harmon, okay? Because the only thing I've ever found when I open a pizza box is a pizza.
Then you won't mind my using this search warrant to have a little look-see around your apartment in case you missed something while you were throwing out the trash.